don't know if you can see that or not, but I just rolled over 10,000 miles right there. Just turned off the county road onto the woods road. We're a little over a mile in here where we're at. So there's one of our signs. One of our video signs right there. Stating that if you come in here, you will be on camera. That is correct. A little ride in here. I just showed you I rode over 10,000 miles on my truck. I'm gonna do a video. I've had a bunch of people ask me about, you know, a review on my truck. I'm gonna do that. I got so many people asking for so many different videos, and that's a good thing, but I can't do all of them at one time. I'm gonna get one out here, hopefully within the next week or two, about my truck, my likes and dislikes that I have about it. I'll go ahead and tell you overall I like the truck. There are some things that I really like about it, and there are a few things that I really don't like, that I highly dislike about it, but it's not anything major. Dodge did do a very good job on this truck overall, though I will say that before I get into that. But today, you see all the powder that we still are rolling off the road here. We are getting a little bit of rain. We're getting a little sprinkling, just a little bit on the windshield, not much, but a little bit is better than nothing. Today's Tuesday, November the 8th. Today's election day. I will not tell you who to vote for. I'm not going to get into that or anything. That's up to you as to who you vote for. What I will tell you is, though, is be sure, if you're a registered voter, be sure and get out today and vote. This election is very critical, not just because of who's going to be the president, but there's several other things that are going to trickle down the line that are going to be very key here over the next, that has a potential to happen over the next 4 years. So please, if you're registered to vote, be sure and get out and vote. I will be voting this afternoon after I get done here in the woods. I will go cast my vote. Like I said, don't even ask me who I'm voting for. I'm not gonna say it. This ain't the time or the place for that or anything. But just be sure and get out and do it. But you can see it and come into some more property right here that's not being cut. I think this is private landowner right here we're going through right here, I believe. All the way in. The keys are rattling down there. Oh, ground's hard as a rock right now too, man. And makes for a rough ride in and out every day. Those trucks, it's sure enough we're rough with them. It's a pretty area up here though. Very pretty area. Real quick before I end this video, I've had a ton of people ask me about the deal with John Deere and the injector pump and that stuff right there. 2 weeks ago we had they come out, we pulled a fuel sample out of the processor, because I felt like that's where they were pretty much bent that was a problem. Well, the dealer brought the sample kit out here. The bottle was sealed. I broke the seal on the bottle myself. It was at lunch. The processor was half full of fuel. Remember, the processor holds 268 gallons of fuel. It was half full of fuel. I broke the seal on the bottle myself. A guy from the dealer was here, crawled up on the machine with me and Kevin. I took the bottle myself, a 16-ounce bottle, dipped it down into the tank from the top, pulled the strainer out, dipped it in and filled it slap full of fuel. And we got the email last night, and it says right here, it says sample appears clear and bright with no visible particulate or free water. Test results are within ASTM specifications for number 2 S15 ultra low sulfur diesel fuel. So there's nothing wrong with our diesel fuel. We're running about 15 or 16 machines total on this same fuel, plus all of our trucks too, and we knew we didn't have a problem. Here's something that kind of really didn't sit well with me and us on this fuel deal or whatever. When they came out, when we discussed everything, there were 4 people from the dealer, 2 from Deere were out here. And they said, we have another filter that we can install on your machine. Well, the machine's got a plastic tank in it, for God's sakes. The plastic tanks are completely different than a steel tank. The machine stays plenty of fuel in it about all the time. Well, they said we can install another filter system on that thing. And we told them, they said, well, let's get a fuel sample and see. Well, a couple of weeks ago, they called and told Kevin, said, we've got that filtering system in. When do y'all want us to install it? And we said, no, wait a dang minute. We didn't tell y'all to get that thing and install it. And that aggravated us pretty bad. They went as far. We explained to them everything that we did with our fuel, how we handle it. Well, our fuel is filtered twice before it ever gets in the tank. We run additive in our fuel year round. They called our supplier. They then called our supplier, grilled them about it. Then they called the daggum bulk plant, the hub, the terminal where our fuel comes from, and asked them everything. So that right there rules out the fuel period. But we've had a lot, and there's a lot of other people besides us. We went through like 6 remanned air conditioner compressors in about 4 or 5 week time period here about 2 years ago. So there, that right there rules out the fuel period right there, because it's right there in an email and everything. We got it, they got it, and all that. But so that answers your question on that. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of update on that. So y'all get out, get your butts out, vote today, even if it's raining a little bit. Later, taters.